Hey, Celtics Nation. We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Boston Celtics. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll always stay up to date and never miss out on any exclusive news. Alright guys, this is absolutely insane, and I can't even believe I'm saying this out loud. Kevin Durant, yes, KD himself, the Slim Reaper, has just shocked the entire basketball world by signing a 4-year contract with the Boston Celtics. This isn't just some trade rumor or late-night tweet speculation. Multiple insiders are whispering that this is legit, that the deal is done, and that Durant will be wearing green next season. Think about it, man. Durant in Boston, alongside Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, two of the most dynamic wings in the league. It's like the basketball gods decided to rewrite the script of the NBA. The Celtics, who were already title favorites, just might have turned into an absolute juggernaut overnight. This move doesn't just change one team, it shifts the entire balance of power in the league. The East? Forget about it. Milwaukee, New York, Philly, everyone just got bumped down a notch. And the craziest part is how quietly this all came together. No leaks, no sources close to KD nonsense, just a thunderclap of news that left the whole league stunned. People are already comparing this move to when Durant joined the Warriors back in 2016, but this feels different. This doesn't have the same super team chasing rings energy. It feels more like KD wanting to prove something, like he's still got unfinished business with the game itself. After years of criticism, from leaving Golden State to the chaos in Brooklyn to the injury-riddled run in Phoenix, Durant seems hungry again, ready to remind everyone who he is. And let's be real, joining the Celtics, one of the most storied franchises in basketball history, is a statement move. The man's chasing legacy now. Imagine that first game at TD Garden, the lights, the chants, the roar when Durant steps on the floor in Celtic green. It's goosebump stuff. And for the city of Boston, which already breathes basketball like oxygen, this might be the biggest moment since the Big Three era. Now, what's wild about this deal is how it apparently came out of nowhere. There wasn't even a hint that Durant was unhappy in Phoenix. Just last month, he was talking about his chemistry with Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, about running it back and building something special. But behind the scenes, rumor has it that Durant wasn't entirely convinced by the Suns' front office direction. They fired key staff, tweaked the coaching setup again, and left the roster looking thin beyond the top 3 stars. KD's patience might have just run out. The Celtics, on the other hand, have been lurking for years, always a contender, always one piece away from absolute dominance. Brad Stevens, man, that guy plays chess while everyone else plays checkers. If he really pulled this off, he just secured maybe the final infinity stone for the Celtics championship gauntlet. The locker room dynamics will be fascinating too. You've got Tatum, who's become the face of the franchise, Brown, who just signed that monster contract extension, and now Durant, a veteran superstar who commands respect and brings a Sir with him. How do you balance that? Can they coexist? People said the same about the Warriors in 2016, and we all saw how that turned out. If there's one thing KD knows how to do, it's adapt. He can slide into any system and elevate it instantly. And Boston's offense, with all that spacing and motion, might be the perfect fit for him. Defensively, the Celtics already have that grit, that identity. Add Durant's length and shot-blocking instincts, and you're looking at a nightmare matchup for everyone else. This team might actually be unstoppable if egos don't collide. And speaking of egos, that's where the drama could come in. The Celtics are still very much Tatum's team. He's the guy, the leader, the one they've built everything around. So what happens when Durant, one of the most gifted scorers in NBA history, steps into that space? Does Tatum defer? Do they share the spotlight like LeBron and AD did in Los Angeles? Or does tension start bubbling beneath the surface? NBA fans know how this goes. When you've got that much star power in one locker room, the pressure builds fast. Every missed shot, every bad night, every interview clip gets dissected to death. But maybe, just maybe, this is the partnership that works. Maybe this is KD's version of redemption. Not running from the pressure, but walking right into it in a city that demands greatness. Boston fans, of course, are losing their minds right now. The memes, the edits, the jersey mock-ups, social media is absolutely on fire. You can already feel the energy shift. This isn't just a big signing. This is an era-defining moment. Imagine the storylines heading into next season. Durant versus his old teams. Durant versus Giannis. Durant in the finals again. If this pans out the way it looks, the NBA might have just entered a new dynasty phase. And look, love him or hate him, Durant makes basketball more exciting. He's unpredictable, passionate, sometimes controversial, but always must-watch. And now, with Boston as his next stage, the show's about to reach a whole new level. The second half of this story is where things get even more interesting. Behind all the hype, the whispers are saying this deal has been in quiet motion for weeks, maybe even months. Word around the league is that Brad Stevens and KD's camp started talking back in late August, after the Team USA run, when Durant hinted privately that he wasn't happy with how the Suns were managing his workload and the team's depth. The Celtics apparently jumped at the chance. They offered Phoenix a package centered around future picks, salary flexibility, and some bench depth. A move that looked small on paper, but opened the door for a sign-and-trade scenario. From there, things snowballed. Boston's ownership gave the green light, the numbers aligned, and the rest, as they say, is history. But the silence surrounding it all? That's the shocking part. No leaks, no insiders catching wind. Just a stealth operation that ended in one of the biggest signings of the decade. Inside sources claim that Durant was drawn to Boston's culture of accountability, that infamous Celtics mentality where hard work comes first and no one is above the team. For a player who's been criticized for bouncing from team to team, chasing greener pastures, this could be the move that redefines his image. Think about it. He's joining a franchise with 17 championships, a fan base that demands nothing less than banners, and a young core that's already battle-tested. Durant doesn't have to carry the load alone anymore. He can focus purely on what he does best: score, lead, and elevate. And maybe that's exactly what he's been searching for since leaving Golden State. In Boston, he doesn't have to prove he's the man. He just has to help finish the job. From a legacy standpoint, this move is massive. Durant's career has always been defined by peaks and controversies. The MVP seasons, the finals runs, the social media noise, the constant "where does he rank" all-time debates. But joining the Celtics could silence a lot of that chatter. If he wins in Boston, there's no asterisk, no "he joined a 73-win team" narrative. It's pure basketball glory, old-school style. Winning in green means something different. It connects you to the ghosts of Russell, Bird, Pierce, Garnett. It's not just about trophies, it's about immortality. And Durant, at this stage of his career, knows his window isn't infinite. He's still elite, still lethal, but time is ticking. This might be his last great chance to cement his name among the true legends. Of course, not everyone's buying into the fairy tale. Critics are already questioning whether Durant's body can hold up for another deep playoff run. He's missed significant time in recent seasons, and the Celtics medical staff will have to manage that carefully. Then there's the question of chemistry. Boston thrives on rhythm, on system basketball. If KD starts demanding isolation plays, or if the offense slows down around him, things could get rocky fast. But you can't deny the upside. The Celtics' offensive spacing, with shooters like Tatum, Brown, and Holiday around him, could unlock vintage Durant again. And defensively, this team might become a wall. They've got switchability, rim protection, perimeter hounds, everything you need to survive deep into May and June. The only real enemy here might be time. Financially, this deal also shows how serious Boston is about winning now. The contract, reportedly 4 years, with a player option at the end, locks Durant in through his late 30s. That's a massive gamble for a franchise known for playing it safe. But it's also a message to the league. The Celtics aren't content with just being contenders. They want banners, parades, legacies. And if you're going all in, there's no better bet than one of the greatest scorers the game has ever seen. Brad Stevens, man, he just changed the game again. Every GM across the league has to be watching this unfold, wondering how in the world Boston pulled it off without a single leak. It's front office wizardry at its finest. At the end of the day, whether you love the move or hate it, one thing's for sure. The NBA just got flipped upside down again. Durant's arrival in Boston sets the stage for a season that's going to be pure chaos in the best possible way. The East versus West dynamic just got more electric, the storylines just got richer, and the league just got more unpredictable. The Slim Reaper has found a new home, and he's walking into a city that doesn't fear legends, it creates them. Get ready, because when that first game tips off and Kevin Durant walks onto the court at TD Garden in green and white, the noise will be deafening. The NBA landscape has changed forever, and Boston might just be the center of the basketball universe once again. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. What's even crazier is how this move instantly reshapes the Celtics' identity. For years, Boston has been known as a gritty, defensive powerhouse, a team that relies on chemistry, effort, and balanced scoring to wear opponents down. But now, with Durant in the mix, they've added an offensive dimension that could make them downright terrifying. Think about the combinations Joe Mazzulla can throw out there. Tatum and Durant running pick and rolls, Brown slashing off ball, Holiday orchestrating from the top, Porzingis stretching the floor. It's not just talent, it's versatility at every position. Durant gives them a closer, a cold-blooded assassin who can get a bucket whenever the game tightens. That's what Boston lacked in those painful playoff exits. Someone who thrives under the brightest lights, who doesn't blink in the fourth quarter. If this team gels the way people think it can, they could go down as one of the most balanced squads the NBA has ever seen. And don't underestimate the ripple effect this move will have around the league. Rival teams are scrambling now, try to figure out how to match this level of firepower. The Bucks might chase another big name. The Knicks could make a desperation move, and even Miami's front office is probably losing sleep over this. The Celtics were already the standard. Now, they've set a new one entirely. And as for Phoenix, well, this has to sting. They went all in to build around Durant, Booker, and Beal, only to lose their centerpiece after one rocky season. You can almost feel the shockwaves from that front office. The Western Conference suddenly feels wide open again, and the East looks like Boston's playground. Every storyline, every matchup, every rivalry just got 10 times juicier because of one player's decision. Ultimately, this feels like destiny, the kind of move that was written somewhere in basketball lore long before it happened. Durant wearing Celtic green just feels inevitable, like it was meant to be. He's chasing more than just another ring now. He's chasing a chapter that will define how history remembers him. For the Celtics, it's about adding another banner to the rafters, another piece to the dynasty puzzle. For Durant, it's about redemption, reinvention, and maybe peace, the kind of peace that only comes from silencing every critic the right way, by winning. When that first tip-off happens, and the crowd erupts under those championship banners, the message will be clear. This isn't just about basketball. It's about legacy, pride, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Boston didn't just sign Kevin Durant. They reignited the heartbeat of the NBA. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.